Yes, Hotep, Brother Dalani Aamon, down in Selma, Alabama, at the foot of the bridge, the famed bridge here in Selma, Alabama. And we're at the museum commemorating the March 7th, 1965 Bloody Sunday March that took place here in Selma. I'm going to continue to scroll around and let you see as much as I can possibly let you see. You can see this is the Honorable John Lewis. We just had on Reverend Hosea Williams Sr. And all these are, I would say, about 8 foot to 9 feet tall, and there are 3 in a row. And I'm going to go down here and let you see 2 more people, 2 sisters that were involved in this Bloody Sunday March down in Selma, Alabama, March 7th, 1965. We're going to scan back over. And you can see there's police here. There's no traffic being allowed on the bridge on either side until after the march, which is coming up in about 3 hours, and I'm going to be here for that. So I'm letting you see the park in a very emptied state. Everyone's on the other side. I took the liberty to walk over myself with my camera so that I can have easy access to the monuments and the things left behind to memorialize the event. This is a waterfall. It's about I'm going to say about a 20-foot tall waterfall. I'm scanning up to the top and then coming back down, letting you see the writing on the wall. This is the water down in the bottom area. It's a few pennies down in the water. And I'm going to try to read the gravings in the wall that has water running down. I hope that between me reading and you seeing this video, you can understand the words. When your children shall ask you in time to come, saying, what mean these 12 stones, then you shall tell them how you made it over. I guess that's out of the Holy Scriptures, Joshua 4:21-22. So you can, I don't know, it's tough to read with the water on it, but that's, I think, what it says. So we're going to continue to move on over. Welcome, Civil Rights Memorial, established March 30th, 2001. National Voting Rights Museum Institute. Okay, I'm going to scroll over here a little bit, try to see what we got working over here. I'm going to follow the pathway and see what we're working with. Brother Dalani Aamon live in Selma, Alabama. Very interesting. I can't really make out the writing through the camera lens, but I could read it. It's just too long to suck it all in. I don't know exactly what it's trying to say, but it says the Perry County story. And so I'm going to scroll on over to this big wall mural. And let's see if I can bag it on up and see what's on here. Oh, this is Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. Hope you can see that. A drawing, 1929 to 1968. Over here is the Reverend James Reeb, pronounced R-E-E-B, if you can read that out. Okay, and this beside them is Jimmy Lee Jackson, well known, 1938 to 1965. And this is a Civil Rights Memorial mural, and some other writing as it goes into the street. That's on the front side, and then I'm going to scan slowly back and see what we can pick up down here. This is something I never ever thought in my time on the planet that I would be here in Selma showing or videotaping this as part of a documentary that's going to be seen on HarambeTV.com. So I'm trying to go slow. I'm not working with a tripod. I'm kind of mobile right now, so I'm doing that so that I can get to more stuff. And I'm going to scan in across the street. There's people over there. The museum itself, I'm going to give you a shot of it from here, and at some point I'll try to go over there to see what's happening. This is the morning of the big march that's been taking place for 44 years here. So I'm happy to be with you. I'm happy that I'm down here, and I will be headed back up to Harambe sometime real. This is in a park-like setting, so I'm trying to show you. I'm getting ready to go under a overpass here, walking, but I'm trying to give you a sense that this is not just something that's on the street and nowhere else. This park goes down to the Alabama River, which is about another, I don't know, I guess about 1/8 of a mile down this pathway. I don't want to venture off too far. All of my camera equipment is behind me, and I want to make sure I have that to take back. So I'm just scanning the trails and what you would see if you were here with me as a spectator. There's a trail, and you follow that trail on around, and it goes down. You follow that on down, and then it goes on down, and then it kind of disappears on you. Well, we can still see it in the background. There's the path headed down to the river. This is on the Selma side of the bridge, headed back to Montgomery, Alabama. And as you can see, you're looking at the National Voting Rights Museum and Institute. And the one that's currently being used is back across this bridge, the Pettus Bridge. And on the other side, it's being torn down because it has some structural damage, and it's going to be moving across to this side. Oh, sure.
Okay. Oh, with both cameras?
Hey, you dragging on. Excuse me. They say you dragging on the cord.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Let me snap with my camera too, Rita. Wait till she get over here.
Okay, so I'm getting the whole.
One standing up there by you need to be on the picture. Rita, what you standing up over there for?
Who is this person before I take this picture? Oh, that's John Lewis. He's okay.
John Lewis.
I don't want no crackers in my picture.
We don't either.
Not unless you got a little cheese to go
Now
with it.
give him that.
Okay, give him that one, Rita.
Everybody ready? Yeah. Cheeseburger.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
What's your name?
My name's Dalani Aamon. I'm with Harambe Radio and Television.
Okay.
Here for the, I've been here since Thursday.
Okay, so you're causing a lot of action then.
Oh yeah, I was in there when, Reverend Wright.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And so, this is my first time down here, but I've been invited to speak here like 3 years in a row. But the people up in my neck of the woods in the D.C. area, they're like, we don't know if we can send you down to Selma.
They
As
want
much
you
as
to
I
come
run my
back.
mouth to get myself in trouble. They didn't want me to-
Okay.
Harambe, so
Ain't
you're
no wrong with speaking your mind.
Oh no, that's what I do. I let you all over the country. Like even being down here, they want to know my opinion because they know that I go a lot of places and see a lot of things. This whole town is practically a ghost town because they have all these churches. But they don't understand it because it's stuck in the middle. That if all these churches would open the doors and stuff to educate people coming in on survival skills, how to fix cars, how to, build houses. But they get them in every Sunday and they leave out just the way they came in.
Right.
I mean, I was taken on a tour by some people here that knew I was in town and they wanted to make sure I saw everything. I couldn't believe the amount of church that's being played here.
Just about every corner.
Yeah, I mean, and the people, that's the only solution. I don't mind if church is part of the solution, but it can't be the only solution.
That's true.
And so anytime, you already know when the government is anti who you are, when they will allow you to build 100 churches and no schools.
Okay.
We can just, we can split it up and do something, but we can't have where the number one occupation for these young teenagers are washing cars on the corner. That's not going anywhere. That's not
That ain't gonna cut the cake.
And then the couple of teenagers that I interviewed on camera, they told me, they said, well, we've seen what has happened to our parents. They never got out of here, never were able to get a job, never able to feel good about themselves. They got stuck. So they said, we're going to give this Selma thing a year or two. And if we can't get it turned around, we're out of here. We can't stay here and watch another generation die.
I know so.
Hey, Angie, how you doing?
So I got so much footage because I didn't want to come here and make a personal judgment myself. Personally, I think God shut these down a long time ago. We still down there trying to fix it. But you go by the
Yeah, we're looking at that much.
and I come from D.C. where I came to the riots in '68 when he was killed, and our town didn't look that bad after the riots.
Okay.
And this is what they're looking at in just regular peacetime. It looks like a war zone. I said, I've never seen warmed up buildings. And ask somebody to show you some new buildings. So some of these people that I talk to that live here say, I think we're in a time where we don't really realize that 40 years have gone by. And then this is 41 miles of highway to get you here from off the main road. That's the most desolate piece of land I've ever seen in my entire life. Where it was not a gas station.
It's 43 miles.
43 miles. That's even worse, bro. That's worse than 42. And my radar was up. My radar was up saying, we only know about this bridge thing with the rest of the store. They just get crazy in one day. They were crazy. I felt that spirit all over the place. I said, man, I cannot wait to get up out of here. I mean, I'm going to talk about it on the radio and on the television.
Okay.
But I'm thankful that I got a chance to come and see for myself.
Yeah.
I thought it was bad, but I didn't know that I was able to feel it in the car. And then I saw a couple shacks and a couple wild animals out there. And I thought, who's going to see the movie Mississippi Burning? This is like a scene out of Mississippi Burning. And I said, but yet we're down here thinking everything's okay.
It's not, I don't think.
Well, I asked a couple of them, I said, there's a road that leads out of here. I said, you can follow me back if you want.
Some don't even want change. And then some don't know how to
Except whatever it is.
Then
Yeah,
you
that's
got a generation that really being raised out down here, like you said, they don't know what change is.
Yeah.
They don't really understand that it's a whole world out there.
just right up there in Birmingham. That's the best.
Yeah, up in Birmingham. I mean, I raised my children in the D.C. area, and they're used to, luxury and flying everywhere and making a lot of money and all that. I mean, because, they saw me doing that and they kind of followed it. And they are excellent students. These youngsters are excellent students, but you got to have the right subject. And down here, I mean, the adults are saying, well, we thought we would have left 20 years ago. We didn't really want our children to grow up seeing this lack of progress and everything. But you hang around too long, and it's too late. You can't flip that switch later on. So I'm gonna teach y'all one African word. Y'all ready?
Okay.
The word is harambe.
Harambe.
Okay, and I'm only telling you that because harambe means pulling together. Like if we were
Okay.
trying to lift that stone right there, it would be like harambe, y'all. Come on, let's do this.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the name of my television network and my radio
You got a
station.
card?
No, because I'm a book author and I do a lot of things, but I didn't want to come down here doing that. And And the only way I can get away from that is not to bring that stuff.
Okay.
Because, yeah, you know, people start...
website?
Oh, yeah, HarambeRadio.com. That's why I'm giving you this name, Harambe. So that when you get home, you can say, yeah, he said Harambe, HarambeRadio.com. So when you go there, you're going to see a whole bunch of stuff. Because we have a 24/7 Oldie but Goodie station. It's a 24/7 independent artist
Can I
station.
pick it up on XM?
Nope, got to be on the internet. Anywhere on planet Earth. We're on in 39 countries and 120 cities around the US of A. But anywhere you go, like these people in Selma, you know, they're so happy that I put the Selma on the world map that everybody's written down. Wrong way. I can walk through the crowd of those people and I can wrong way. HARAMBEE. So when you go to the station, you'll hear the host on there because we have like 20 people doing shows from around the country, and we like saying Harambe, working together for progress.
Okay.
And yeah, we try to do these kind of things to educate people because I realize that a lot of people would have liked to come down to Selma. They couldn't, but they'll take my televised version of what took place rather than spend the money to come down. And I don't mind that because I would much rather them at least know what's going on. Because we gotta start to educate our people. We are kind of really stuck as a collective unit, not just the people down in Selma. I mean, I'm from D.C. and it's churches on every corner up there, and crack houses in between.
And most times it's
I never did get it.
Yeah, the poor. I know the system has failed us because the poor the people.
No, I never
the more
did
you see the
find it.
government's influence, they're trying to make sure that we don't get out. And then once in a
Right
while, a
now,
brother like me will
right now,
speak out.
777.
You know, a brother like me will speak out. And they get mad with me. They don't want me, you know, doing what I'm
They
doing.
showing up get mad with you to sneak out. You know, in education, then try to come back,
877, what?
change that.
Would y'all believe that a nice brother like me has been taken off of airplanes and not allowed to fly just trying to go to a place like Cincinnati?
37.
Where they took me off the aircraft and
47.
then
Okay.
took my paperwork,
All
you know,
right,
came to my seat, took my paperwork and took it away, and they came back to me and said that they wanted me to come to first class. I told the people that were behind me, I said, I know this is not an upgrade. I know this is not an upgrade. I went and sat in first class, and here comes 6 brothers, I guess it was 1 sister, 5 brothers, escorted me back into the terminal at Baltimore Washington Airport.
why?
They said that I didn't have documentation to be on that aircraft. I said to them, I said, don't you people realize this is where y'all work and you can't be on the aircraft unless you come as pre-checkpoint job. He said, you gotta have documentation every one of them. I said, so what are y'all trying to say? I snuck up from the ground? I mean, how did I get on this plane? So sure enough, that plane, you know, I'm in there arguing with these people and you can see the glass and the plane out there starts to back out. Well, that may be know right away that I'm not going to be on that plane under no circumstance. And I had an engagement the next day, and they called up to where I was going and found out that I had 2 rooms already paid for in advance. You know, and what I was trying to tell them, I says, you black people get $11 an hour to pull me off the plane, and y'all know I ain't no terrorist. You know, you done been to my website, you've seen my children, you've seen my company, my business. I ain't had a jaywalking ticket in my life, but you gonna take me. I said, those white folks on that plane, you ought to be checking on them. They don't want to wreak havoc on the whole world, but you're not gonna take them off. You're gonna take me off, and y'all know y'all took my paper. So look, they held that plane. When they said, where's your luggage? I said, it's on the aircraft. They got on that walkie-talkie. Hold that plane. So they would hold it up to get my luggage off, but they wouldn't hold it up to put me back on there. And those people wouldn't even
Well,
give me...
why was they pulling you off?
I don't know, brother. All I can say is the sister that was trying to help me a little bit said to me, we don't know who you are, but they know who you are because we can't find you on last week, this week, next week. She said, normally it's just that the person is not, they're like not on the right day, so we go to the next day and then everything comes up or the day before. We've never seen where the name just disappears altogether. So I told him, I says, I don't think that it's worth it that y'all have a job here and y'all want me to speak up on my behalf to these authorities. You know, they told me this was a Friday night, I had a Saturday engagement. They told me, they said, well, could you come back Monday and talk to the supervisor? I said, y'all not getting it. I'm traveling. I can't, this is not like something I can come back another time. So.
But did you ever get out of that?
I left that airport after I tried to curse. I ain't a cursing man, but you know, sometimes you start to understand that to hold it back equals insanity. Well, you're going to blow up in a rage if you don't say something. So my whole comment when they said to me, you better lower your voice or we're going to arrest you for disorderly conduct or something. I said, you black people got to tell me this for sure. If this had happened to you, you tell me you would just climb out of here and get in the car and go home. That would be the end of it. Just tell me that's what y'all would do. And I said, if you can tell me honestly,
be the case.
I said, y'all would be here making more noise than me. So they said, yeah, brother, we got a job to do though, and we don't want the security come over here and the guns gonna come out and all that. So I actually left the airport. I went to Dallas, which is like a 75-mile drive. Spent the night in the airport and put my credit card in a little self-serve thing where there's no people involved. Because I know everywhere. I mean, I shaved my beard off, but I think as long as I had the beard, everybody thought I was kind of, this terrorist-looking person.
Okay.
But like I said, they came up with this term terrorist, and they just put it on anybody they feel like. Like when that captain came out of that cockpit, I swear to God, he was about this far away from me. I was about 7 rows back, and I saw him staring at me, and I kind of stared back at him. And when he went back in the cockpit and the stewardess came toward me, that's why I was able to tell these people, this is not an upgrade, y'all, they're going to take it. Because I had so many problems, not necessarily being taken off the airplane. That was like after I had been pulled out of line. Like I was on a book signing tour in LA where I had 14 flights in a 2-week period of time. And 9 of the flights, they decided to pull me off and take me in a room and open up my luggage and, go through my book.
They was the only one.
And I said, man, this is a country where we're supposed to be free. This seems like, And I said, can I imagine if I had some kind of criminal record? Or, So look, I want y'all to go to Harambe and check it all out. And you probably say, now I understand why he got taken off the plane. He's really crazy.
Yeah. It was nice meeting you, though, man.
Y'all take care.
So when you leaving Selma?
I'm leaving as soon as this bridge opens. I was trying to leave early. So he said, no, over that bridge, that's no car. Yeah, Brother Dalani Aamon starting to come down the side of the bridge and wanted to stop just to show you the dilapidated conditions happening in Selma, Alabama. This is the waterfront view on the side of the bridge headed over to Selma. And you can see they're in bad shape here in Selma, Alabama. This is the waterfront view, as I said before. Going to shoot the other side of the street, waterfront. This is what you see coming over by foot or by car. This is what they call the waterfront here, where these buildings are being torn down because they're not safe. There's a couple restaurants and a museum over that side. On the front side, what you're seeing is the back of the buildings, and they will have to be torn down. Yeah, again, Dalani Aamon live at the Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama, reporting for Harambe Radio and Television. We're still waiting for the bridge crossing. Should be taking place momentarily. As you can see, the bridge has become very packed with pedestrians waiting to cross over. We're on the Selma business side of the bridge, and you can see there's quite a large gathering. I'm going to let you see once again all the foot traffic and people lined up waiting to cross over. I'm standing out of harm's way at the moment, and I'll get more into the crowd as we attempt to go over. So we want everybody to keep it right there at Harambe Television. Again, Dalani Aamon, live, Selma, Alabama, Sunday, Bloody Sunday in Selma. I'm showing you a look up the street and away from the bridge as people start to line the sidewalks with cars and pedestrian. I'm going to spin around a little bit, let you see what the bridge looks like about right now. All the way down, both sides of the street, sitting on cars, and I'll pan on down. As you can see, the pedestrian traffic up over the bridge. You may have seen this shot many times before in history, but this is live and in living color, Harambe Radio. You hear the sirens in the background, and this is live and in living color. You hear it right here at Harambe. Of course, we have the friendly neighborhood police escorting us over the bridge. You see the Edmund Pettus Bridge, which is the focus of the entire weekend. That this is the bridge talked about so often, where people lost their lives trying to vote. And again, the crowd lining back. Let me get out of the way. I hear ambulances behind me, police cars. Again, there's the ambulance. And we'll get back to you shortly. Dalani Aamon live with Harambe Television. The official motorcade rolling up. Okay, it's about on now. Light's gonna turn red and then back to green, and they'll be off to the races. Yeah, Dalani Aamon still with you here at Harambe Television, Selma, Alabama. Green light. Live and in living color here at Harambe TV. Selma, Alabama, Bloody Sunday. Right in the middle. Man, we shall overcome, right?
How you doing?
Get in my room, please.
Where's that
y'all back up cars playing on the left. That's folks right there, right there. That one with the secret
See that yellow bag. Yeah, that crowd. Wait till we get up at the top and turn the back.
Because I'm too short.
Y'all had a good time. They didn't get to go. My husband and I
I saw a team here have
first hand there.
We shall overcome someday. Alabama Bridge we're on right now. Crossing over the Edmund Pettus.
Come to the little house on the prairie and you can see her. Come to where the pink and black
I'm not coming over there. Keep the line in.
Thank you, Lord.
We're approaching the middle of the bridge now.
you know, every year, the National Voting Rights Museum takes the leadership in this endeavor. And every year, people tell us we're leaving out the foot soldiers. And they're absolutely right. So what we decided to do this year is to have foot soldiers Hall of Fame. And at the foot of this bridge, you will see a new structure. It came about with a lot of sweat and tears. The money we thought we were going to get didn't get got. We had to go and beg the bar. We had to go and beg the white bankers. We ain't got no black bankers. Because black folk won't stick together long enough to get a black bank. So we had to go and beg the white bankers to give us a loan so we could have a little more space for our foot soldiers. So today, we are going to induct Mr. James Armstrong. Reverend Reese, would you come forward? Mr. Joe Smitherman. The real Joe Smitherman, not the fake one.
Amen.
And it's a funny story because when he was arrested in '65 and gave his name, he said his name was Joe Smitherman. And each time he said Joe Smitherman, got knocked in the head. Then finally someone said, that's the boy's name, Joe Smitherman. Come forward, Mr. Smitherman.
Amen.
Mr. Sanders, come forward. We have one more. Mr. Smiley. Now listen, my woman, my female is not around. We can't just induct men into the Hall of Fame. So, since I don't see Annie Pearl, can I have a sister to come forward who know you were here and you know what you did? Anybody that was, I'm not talking about those who marched one time. I'm talking about people who were on the battleground each and every day. And I see the daughter of our Louison, even though, would you come and stand for your mom? All right. She didn't get to see her mother grow. She didn't get to see her mother, y'all. She sacrificed her life. And there are people still in Selma saying the same things, like she came down here to get a black man with all the black men they got in Detroit. But that's the mean spirit. And if we listen to Dr. Lowry and just embrace his years of wisdom, we will cross this bridge with new foot soldiers. But these foot soldiers still look pretty good, don't they? I think they still got some marching to do. So we're going to ask Reverend Reese to lead this litany. The foot soldier who helped lead us across this bridge. Is he present? Can we ask Miss Lowry, do you mind reading this? Yes, take this mic to Miss Lowry. Miss Lowry does this every year anyway, y'all. She honors people. Let's give it up for Sister Lowry. She's made sure that many of our stories are told. Those of you with paper will read the paper. Share your paper with someone else, please.
We saw back up just a little bit. With faces that history will not record or remember. Yet it was their marching feet, praying hands, and willingness to die if necessary, to be free, that brings us to this hollow ground that once held their blood and their tears.
We cannot and will not forget their sacrifice. We will remember Dr. King, John Lewis, Ralph Abernathy, Stalker, the foot soldiers who risked their lives for the right to vote because they had faith that one day men of great vision, intellect, and compassion will one day vindicate their long suffering and sacrifice.
We stand on the shoulders of these foot soldiers today with great pride in our hearts and a renewed spirit to cross a bridge we have to cross. And that is the bridge to a truth-based, excellent education for all children.
Without the spirit of the foot soldiers, we commit to complete the journey with the hope that one day the need of foot soldiers will be no more.
We gather at the foot of the Edmund Pettus Bridge 44 years after bloody Sunday and the Selma to Montgomery March. We are awed by God's wisdom and providence to deliver us in 44 years from the valley of segregation, disenfranchisement, and cruelty to a White House where our 44th president represents the best of our past, present, and future.
We walk this road across this bridge when John Lewis, Jose Williams, Alvin Turner, Martin Luther King, and President Obama have walked before.
In our lifetime,
Victory of the marching feet of countless foot soldiers.
today we acknowledge foot soldiers who are known by Teresa Burrows, Bessie McMean, Clifford Johnson, Reverend Fred Taylor, James Armstrong, and Willie Ricker. They represent thousands whose names will never be remembered or recorded in a history book. We will tell their stories and remember how they got over the bridge of troubled water. We dare not forget the foot soldiers of the movement. Will each of you step forward and repeat after me?
That's a long fall, cuz.
I'm finna pull out my Hey, Cap. Might take a picture.
We're now arriving at the foot of the bridge on the other side, which completes the entire bridge span here in Selma, Alabama. You can see quite a turnout. I'm going to turn around and try to pick up the crowd behind me. We shall overcome someday.
That lady still ain't coming up.
Look at the traffic, pedestrian traffic. Back up to the top of the bridge. It's a 43-mile road from the interstate highway to get you into Selma. Can you imagine a 43-mile highway with no gas stations, not even one grocery store to get to Selma, Alabama? You don't want to end up here by mistake. Here comes a swarm of people coming off the bridge. I ran up in front to try to get you an angle, one that would be better for you to determine the size of the crowd. People are going to start to pass me by.
See somebody on this back side over here. Let your man push him on over. Are we going this way?
I'm trying to find him.
He's right here. He's right over here.
Okay, I'll be right over there. Where is he?
He's over here. You don't want to take it off there?
I'm gonna take it with me.
This is Dalani Aamon, live, Selma, Alabama, Bloody Sunday. Winding on down, the end of an incredible Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday, just for you at Harambe and exclusively for you at HarambeTV.com. We're winding down within the last minute of our coverage here, and we just want to say how thankful and happy we are for all the support and consideration we've been given by the people here in Selma, Alabama. A whole bunch of good people treating a brother and a radio network with a lot of courtesy. So we want y'all to hang in there for the rest of the world. Reporting live from Selma, Alabama, this is Harambe Radio and Television.com. Yours truly, Dalani Aamon, CEO and founder of the Harambe Radio Network. Thank you.